Hello and welcome back to the series. EXP here, and today we are working on our farms, because last week I did say I had an awful lot of farms to sort out and I got 1.5 of them done. So yeah, we've already made a start on the actual farms. Like you can see a little bit of spaghetti water noodling up there. So let's go have a look, see what we've done already, shall we? Yeah, good plan. Follow me. Brilliant. And before getting into all that, I keep forgetting to do this little segment of please leave a like, subscribe if you want to follow along on my adventures here on this SMP, and comment your favourite Minecraft mob. There. I've done that segment. We can crack on with the video. You don't actually have to do any of those things, but you know, I appreciate it when you do. That was great. That was a great throw. Okay. So yes, the system we have up here, this is the kelp farm from last week, and up here is the water stream that leads it into the heart of the operation, which, you know, spoiler alert, if you can't tell what the colour palette's going to be, then you may need to look at the human body a little bit more. But yes, this is a new smelting array for the kelp blocks, the dried kelp blocks. So the plan is, I don't know if it works, I haven't tested it yet, we're about to test it live. The kelp falls into this water stream, heads over to, not this hopper, it's going to fall, but that hopper's there to now to catch any strays, into here where it's going to cycle round this little water stream until it is filling all for, can we see them? Smokers. Yep. And then they're going to smelt away, and then if we go into here, we can see this little setup here. That's a clock that is going to be running, simply just firing these randomly in a very small amount of time. Now, I've wanted to get this on a clock because I didn't think it's going to be worth having it running all the time or trying to detect. Like, it's just too compact to try and detect all this, so it just wasn't worth it. And all those drop into this water stream, which pushes along into this autocrafter here, which we already know what this does, turns it into the dried kelp blocks, which pushes it along here into this water stream, and then back over into the smelters before dropping into our water stream and into our furnace array down here. Now, my only concern is, where are we looking? This part here. I don't know if this is going to fire straight 100% of the time. And if it's going to hit this wall, we're going to get a problem here. And if that's the case, then I'm going to have to rework the system in here, because I've got the water funneling it down this way, specifically into this one, to stop them falling down here before heading to the system upstairs. It's going to be a small amount of loss, but it's not really loss. Like, this won't be loss. It just means that these furnaces aren't getting delivery before this, and there's a small chance that it falls down there, which I don't think it will. It'll be a very minute number, but that is less of a problem than if these items do idle here. So, with all that out of the way, let's get started. First thing we need to do is flip this, which I haven't put my bridge across yet. So we have to go the not so fun way. And start the clock. Off it goes. And then we just start the kelp farm, which has got this clock. I've already managed to absolutely fill this with bone meal by leaving it running, and we've got overflow here. So I'm excited to see this go. I forgot to remove the whoops. There. Perfect. No, only one of them is firing, 2 of them are firing. This one, why is this one being missed? Is it blocked? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can see our first. There we go. No, that's perfect. That straight into the water stream. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. And hopefully this is fast enough to be keeping itself going rather than burning the blocks out beforehand. I mean, there's enough there And they will eventually back up the smelters. Has this one started yet? No, that one hasn't started. And that one hasn't started. Are they being locked? I don't think so. And even if they were, the clock would be unlocking them. So, let's go check the tops of those hoppers and see if there's something funky going on. Uh-oh. That's not where I want it to be. Try again. Yeah, there was a dirt block in there. That's all that was. Right, on to the next furnace. Yeah, this system is slightly bottlenecked because, I mean, I've got all this kelp that I had to collect from the top because it was just cycling because all these had filled. Now, I can't really make this any bigger. Oh, there goes one. Can't really make this any bigger for the system I want because of how I'm going to decorate it, which I know you shouldn't do. You should, you know, it's for function over form, but still, like, there's a very specific build idea I'm going for here, which we've already talked about. But I do believe this system is what I need it to be. Are you? Oh, you got picked up by you. Are you full again? I can't check. Hopefully, we only needed that one. So yeah, let's move on to the next farm of the day, which is going to be the Hoglin farm. Oh, before that, let's check our chunk loader, because we do not want that farm to break. And I can't remember if I put it on or not. That was stupid of me. So the chunk loader had broke. I'm saying that, I turned the farm off and logged out. I didn't turn the chunk loader off, so that'll be why that is. But it's working again now. And we can head into the nether. Too fast, too fast. Ow. Perfect execution. So we've made a start. I mean, this is the general idea. It's not exactly a high-tech farm. It's just going to be an AFK platform way up in the sky. And then two, 4, maybe 4 or 6 platforms with a bunch of warped fungus along here and a bunch of lava here. And that is literally all it's going to be. Anything that spawns on these platforms is then going to eventually run into the lava that's down here and collect in here. And that is all this farm is. So it's not exactly a marvel of redstone, but it's going to take me a little while just to build the platforms. So that's what I'm going to crack on with now. And then we'll do something else this week. You'll probably help if I use the right mushrooms. So yeah, the concept of this works. Just in practice, I'm using the wrong mushrooms. So yeah, let's go get the right one, shall we? Okay, that's all that swapped out. Let's try again, shall we? Just head up to the spawning platform. And we missed it because I'm such a good flyer. I've lost it. I'm doing so well. Okay, up. And nope. Okay, we landed with just about enough time for the server to reset. Let's see how it goes now. Oh. Does this mean I'm going to have to add trapdoors as well to let them walk across? Oh, one's fallen in. Yeah. So we're going to have to make this a little bit wider by 1 each, and then add trapdoors, I think. Okay, revision number 2. After a very small AFK session, we can go and see how our farm has been running. It's been doing pretty well, to be honest. I've already recorded this twice, so I already know, but you know, you haven't, so yeah. But yes, we have absolutely tons of food. So, I mean, it was about half an hour max to get this, so I don't think we're running out anytime soon. Now, in the meantime, I've also built a bunch of small farms and got things to a much better standard over this side. So I'll talk you through them and then we'll crack on. So the first thing that we've entered is this little contraption up here, which allows you to lock a hopper, unlock a hopper, allowing the kelp that farms AFKly doesn't end up in this system wasting our blocks, and it's only in use when we want it in use. So if we unlock that, the kelp can flow. If we lock it, the kelp can't flow. It just ends up in this here. We haven't got any at the moment because it hasn't happened. The next farms is this dual sugarcane and bamboo farm. So as you can see, the bamboo farm and the kelp farm are pretty much the same thing, just, you know, the pistons break it. Exactly the same as a kelp farm. You do get a bit of idling. It's not that big of a deal. We're not getting too much of a loss on it. When that grows on the next tick, which it usually will within the 5-minute span, it'll push it off anyway. And the same for these. The only problem I had is I couldn't get these to fire independently. Like, every other one fires independently, but then the ones between them fire 3. I just couldn't get it to work, so I just gave up. It's a bit annoying, but overall it makes no difference. This side, they're all independently firing due to this system, which is the same as the mini kelp farms I had. And on top of that, we have... oh, yeah, that's the clock for that. So that basically whenever there's an item in this dropper, it will automatically drop it. And at a speed where it's going to be picked up by these, not a problem. And if we look over here, we can see I've added an extension to my furnace array. So it now goes up onto a second level. So I have 32 furnaces, which overall, it's the same. Don't really need to change the timings or anything. All I've done for this is for the items to be smelted, they ended up in this water stream, which pushes it up, which then goes down this way, and then drops it back on the top as it did anyway, so rather than just going straight across. The fuel was a little bit more awkward to get to work, but we managed it, so now its track ends up going along here, and then up to here, where this corner, actually that might be a problem. I haven't tested it since I've added that. It might get stuck. I don't think it will, but it might. I'll have to test it. But then it'll go along here because of the track and hit the wall, bounce back, but then it's got enough speed to go up and over and then fall back into the water stream. So I'm going to do a quick test of that now to see if we need to unwaterlog that last one or find a workaround. Maybe glass. Let's see. First and foremost, let's set it off down here and check. And up, and yeah, it gets stuck. Okay, so we need a workaround for that. As well as that, ignore these are just, I've had to borrow stuff. Let's work on a workaround for that, and then we are going to finish setting up storage for those 2 farms, because this was only temporary, because I need to move all this up to this level anyway. Right, troubleshooting first. So as far as I can tell, a trapdoor will work. So I think that's all it needs to be. Let's try it, shall we? Okay, attempt 2. And perfect. Okay, brilliant. Right, on to moving this system up next. This episode has just become a episode of doing little jobs, hasn't it? I'm sure we'll find something to do a little bit later on. Little tidying up session done. We'll ignore that little chest monster over there for now. We're not doing anything with that. No. We'll focus on this little system I've got here. Now, the premise of this is I've got 1, 2, 3 different filters for bamboo. Well, technically 5. And 1 for sugarcane, 2 for sugarcane. So these are all going to lead to auto-crafters, believe it or not. And we're going to be having 1 for bamboo planks, 1 for bamboo wood, I think. So you take the planks and then you put them in the system again, and then you get 2 of the other one, whichever one it is anyway. So we get the raw bamboo bundles and then the planks, and then we can do either split them off into other auto-crafters or just do it, you know, manually, which we'll probably do because we're not going to have too much need for all the different variations. Plus there's a lot of them, so I don't really want to auto-craft them. And then the third one will be for scaffolding. Whoops. And then the last one will be for paper. I may autocraft rockets. Probably not, maybe. We'll see. That's something that will be going on down there anyway. And then just general filters, so I have overflow protection. So if all my barrels are full and I'm not crafting anything, they can just end up in here, which I've added a locking system for them. So if I just wanted to fill them and not the barrels, I can set these locks here. So this will lock the hopper. Excuse me, I said this will lock. That's because I'm shifting. This will lock the hoppers. It's just a very simple another torch, hopper locked. And so now all the spoils will go straight into the overflow protection. Technically, it's not technically overflow protection, it's just storage, rather than into autocraft storage. But for now, I want these to fill up first while I'm off doing other things, because it's going to take quite a while just to fill these barrels, let alone the barrels and then that. And yeah, while I'm in the area, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to decorate our heart, because it's the heart of the operation. I've used that joke too many times already. I don't know how many have made it to the cut, but this has got to be about the millionth. So we need plenty of netherrack, red nether bricks, maybe some red concrete, and mangrove. Get all that, and it'll be time for a time lapse. Oh. You can't fly backwards, apparently. So, what do we all think about it? Not too bad if you ask me. In fact, I'd say I really delivered on it. Deliver? No, never mind. I don't know how I feel about this liver, to be honest. The gallbladder definitely needs some work. The shape, the size, the colours, something's not quite working with it. But I tried something and it didn't work. I also realised that my plan to have this as the stomach means it's going to be very lopsided, isn't it? So, I don't know, because I'm definitely not moving that up. That's definitely not happening. Yeah, so we're at like 17, 18 minutes now after all that, so we're probably going to wrap the episode up. I leaving once again feeling like I should have probably done it a little bit more, but I don't know, this is where we're leaving it. This is all I had time for this week, so yeah, I'm glad you stuck around, and please stick around to see my end art card, because I enjoy making them and commissioning them and skinting myself out supporting artists. Well, I'm not really skinting myself out, like it's other things that are skinting myself out, like it's my birthday today and I bought myself a Chinese tea set, so that's skinting me out instead. But yeah, I'm glad you're all here, and if you're enjoying, once again, please subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ra a bit.